I wanted to get past the first few
You
levels
shouldn't be
before
here.
I bothered to make
Didn't you
gear.
read the House Retherin proclamation? I wouldn't be here myself, but some of my miners are still in there.
Alright.
Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were preparing to conduct a ritual before the Ashlander interrupted them. Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god." Or something along those lines. I was just trying to get me and my miners out of there when the Ashlanders showed up. Really? That's awfully brave of you. If you see any of my miners, tell them to get their arses out here. I'll wait as long as I can. Or until I hear screaming. Then I'll go to Balmora and try to find some help. Good luck in there.
Thanks. I think. So, I don't know if this is going to tie in directly to what's going on with Lord Vivec, but this is part of what he wants us to do, so that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so I wouldn't say that you need to have played any particular Elder Scrolls game. If you've played at least one of them, then that would certainly give you some reference points. One of the things I've bought with... So I'm a subscriber, and one of the things I bought with my crowns is the assistance. So I'm actually going to call in the banker now. And stick some of the stuff that I've gotten in the bank. I want to deposit these blueprints for furnishings. I was going to read the recipes. Oh, that's all fine. Oh, I was going to give the treasure maps to the other characters, my main character, so I can get better stuff out of it. Then I was going to read these recipes. Oh, that one's stolen, so I have to go launder it first. Okay. Alright, let's continue. I need to go this way. Go back. Oh, it's the old door in the wall. Saying going back to Morrowind can... Oh, sure. It's supposedly. Yeah, supposedly it is all the locations. But of course it's 400, 300 years in the past. So for instance, at the beginning of the stream here, so this is the whole map of Morrowind. And down here in Vivec City, I guess it's right here. I'm not sure where it was actually, but the ziggurat was in the process of being built, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure in Elder Scrolls 3 it was built. And right above the city is the moonlit or whatever they call it. That's floating above it. I've met Lord Vivec, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going on a quest for him to figure out how his divine power is getting drained. So yeah, so there's Vivec City, Seydanine. Balmora is where I am. And I haven't discovered much else here. Of course, the big volcano, which you know the name of, and I don't. Red Volcano, something like that. Shipwreck Cove. Yeah, I'm not so sure about all these different locations, but my understanding is that it's a lot more accurate than other zones have been, and they kind of got away with it because, like, the Skyrim area, it's so far in the past that it makes sense that it would be different, you know? So... Oh, okay, Fancy Calf and you asked similar questions. Yeah, see? Yep. And the collector's edition came with a map. Came with a lot of stuff. I have a video on my YouTube if you want to check it out. So that's the map that comes with it. So I think when they make something like this, that tells you that they're trying to make it as accurate as possible. But, you know, I'm sure they took some liberties, but my understanding is they tried to make it as accurate as possible. I was showing to Fancy Calf that if you go in Riften, you know, this area right here should look very familiar, because that's like where the Thieves Guild or something is in Riften. But if you were to look at Riften as a whole, it probably looks a lot different than it does in Skyrim. So, pretty cool. And so, if you were to get Elder Scrolls Online plus Morrowind, you can explore all of this, Morrowind, Cyrodiil, all of this. These two are DLCs. And all of this, except for this is a DLC, and the Imperial City inside Cyrodiil is a DLC. So it's a huge, huge game. You know, part of Skyrim is missing, like over here. I don't know. I've enjoyed the connections to those older games, even though I didn't play Morrowind, sadly. So. Alright, I need to get these ritual items. So I guess the other thing to know is that combat is different, but I like it. You have so my skill bar is down there at the bottom, and right now I only have one skill bar, but you can have more than one. You can have two. Possibly three, like if you become a werewolf or a vampire, then they have their own separate skills when you transform. These are other players here, of course. I think I still have my banker out here, so I need to tell him to go away.
May I be of...
Goodbye. Okay, so that's one thing. Do I keep going or do I turn around? Oh boy. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Boom. Oh, okay, so I need to talk to the crew chief again? Okay. My guess is there's more stuff in there. That's why those people kept going. They didn't just run out like I'm about to. So. There's the crew chief.
Did you find what you were looking for in the mine? Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer and see if any of my miners were able to escape from the cultists. Good luck with your mission, whatever it is.
Thank you. Oh, that person's teleporting. Still not quite to level 6. That experience scroll wearing off has hurt me badly, and I don't particularly want to use another one right now. Okay. It's a little weird running around without the glow that you can get for finding craft items. Hey Zarek, welcome. Let me know if you got any questions. I will try to answer them. Wouldn't call myself an expert, but I do play this a good bit. Okay. We're getting there. Huh. Are there people here? Oh. Hello. Well, I was trying to block that one and failed. Oh, of course, that guy is just running around grabbing stuff while I fight these guys. Fish. Since I have the crafting bag from being a subscriber, I'm pretty prone to just grabbing all the random stuff that's lying around. Just the random ingredients. Oops. Empty soul gem. There's a cliff strider. That's the creature that my X ability calls down.
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them.
Okay. Ooh. She clobbered him.
You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly. Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is. Lord Vivec, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond their borders. Well, perhaps we can aid each other this day, Outlander. Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Aldrin is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother.
Okay.
My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. He hopes to convince the tribes to follow his lead. Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, they won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation. No, just our tribe, the Urshilaku, though he's respected by most of the other Ashlanders for his wisdom and strength of will. He does hope to unite the tribes in a common cause, however. That's one of the reasons we've gathered here at Aldrin.
Okay.
As you saw, hostility is second nature to the Red Exiles. We're here to negotiate, but they're no better than thieves and murderers. If they spot you in their camp, you'll need to defend yourself. It's unfortunate, but they'll leave you no choice. My brother and I have always worked to help our people and improve the Ashlander way of life. He used to believe that peaceful negotiation was the best path to accomplish this. Recently, however, things have become different. He's almost like... No, That's not something I'm ready to talk about with an outsider.
Okay.
Perhaps after you prove your trustworthiness and willingness to help us, then we can discuss my brother in more detail. Perhaps. That's not our goal, but the tribes will defend themselves if necessary. No, we hope to present a united front and show the houses the folly of the path they've embarked upon. Turning away from our forefathers and god ancestors has made them weak.
Okay. So, I need to go up here. Let me go tag this way shrine real quick. One thing I haven't found, and it didn't hit me until just now, is a, what do they call it? A Mundus stone? You would think there would be at least some here, but maybe not. Maybe I have to head into the main game to get those. Oh, somebody else joined in here and called out their bear, I guess. Or was that me? I don't think it was me. Okay. Any cool loots? Alright, where's the brother? There we go. Oh. Normally I don't read these, but this seems kind of important. Chodala displayed no fear. Showed a level of respect. Okay. That's enough for me. Oh. There's never jewelry in a jewelry box. Yeah, so this person... Okay, they made it to the level where you get the ultimate. The bear ultimate. That's cool.
You seem to have survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp. Did you find my brother? Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. Oh no. I can't believe my brother would be so... brazen. It means that Chodala really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising ambitions, I fear what he plans for the tribes. I suppose you have a right to know what I'm talking about. Take this. I found it among my brother's possessions. Chodala discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's the Nerevarine, and incites the tribes, while I try to keep them all from doing anything rash. You don't know? I thought... No, you're not an Ashlander, and the House Elves rarely talk about such things. Long ago, there was a hero named Nerevar. He fought alongside the Tribunal, before they claimed to be gods, until they betrayed him. So our legends say. Nerevar united the Kaima, and forged an alliance with the Dwemer. He died at the Battle of Red Mountain. We believe the Tribunal hastened his demise,
Red Mountain.
Despite Vivec's claims to the contrary. The Nerevarine is a promise and a prophecy. We believe that, through the power of Azura, Nerevar will return to unite all Dunmer, House and Ashlander alike, and make Morrowind great again. The returned Nerevar will be known as the Nerevarine. While the prophecy of the Nerevarine can be interpreted as the end of the Tribunal, I have always seen it as a prediction of hope and peace. Chodala and some Ashlanders, such as the Red Exiles, favor war. That's not the Nerevarine I believe in. He uses an Ashkon's words to plant dark ideas in his followers. Ideas that speak of false gods, lost traditions, and the need for a cleansing war. His words become more forceful every day, but I hope to dissuade him from this violent course.
Oh boy. Not good. Okay. So now I need to head back. Okay, good.
Outlander, over here.
Oh, hello.
This requires a considerable amount of effort, so just listen. We have a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Return to my office immediately.
That's what I'm doing.
At last. Did you see what's happening outside? Red Mountain rumbles louder and more frequently. The sky grows dark, and worst of all, the people are beginning to notice. Soon I'll have to muster the Ordinators to keep them from the palace doors. In part, Lord Vivec is not well. I won't allow his followers to see him in this state. He continues to lose energy, and it's becoming difficult for him to maintain the realm in his usual fashion. Now, what did your investigations uncover? I'll review these documents and present your findings to Lord Vivec. I was against bringing you into this investigation, but I was wrong. Thank you for aiding us. You should go see Lord Vivec now. He's been asking about you. I'll be along shortly. Very well. Tell me what you learned at each of the locations, and let's see what conclusions we can come to. Barrelzal faithfully served Sothis Seal. He's as loyal to the Tribunal as I am. He would never intentionally harm Lord Vivec. But that tool he mentioned... Perhaps one of the priests Vivec sent away could search the temple archives for more information. Lord Vivec doesn't want his followers to see him in such a weakened state. Only you, Canon Levuel, and myself are permitted into his palace now.
Wow.
Speaking of the palace, Lord Vivec wants to see you when we're done here. So your notes say, and this Saren assisted you. Interesting. Most Ashlanders want nothing to do with the Tribunal. Even so, they rarely become aggressive. I'd say this Chodala bears watching. If we can spare it, I'll send an armiger to Aldrin. Interesting theory. Perhaps Chodala's staff can steal Vivec's energy. But I have a hard time imagining how an Ashlander could accomplish such a feat. Lord Vivec said the draining has grown more intense since you left. It doesn't look well. From what you discovered, I dare say there may be a correlation between the narcotic relic and the tool Barrelzal mentioned. And it seems the Ashlander thieves are connected to Chodala. Your evidence points to a clear conclusion. So it appears. Lord Vivec's doing his best not to complain, but I can see how much the draining of his energy has cost him. Just seeing you again should improve his mood considerably. And the progress you made with your investigations, outstanding.
Okay. Time to go see Lord Vivec. Even though he's not feeling well. Well, the moonlet's still in its place. Okay, this disappearing, reappearing bridge here needs to stop doing this.
Stand aside. Lord Vivec is expecting. Lord Vivec isn't receiving visitors today. My lord, please let me send for aid.
Oh,
Perhaps
he's
one of
actually
the
sitting
healers can
down.
help you.
Pain is best tolerated in private, as I have written in the 37th ballad.
There must be something I can do.
You can call the Archcanon. He should hear the news our friend brings us. The river drains into the sea as my divinity flows out of me. Needs some work. As you can see, I continue to lose energy, and it has made me somewhat agitated. Have you made any progress toward discovering the source of my discomfort? An Ashlander? That seems unlikely, but I trust your instincts. We need to find out more about this Chodala and the ancient enemy that aids him. Take this. Another token of my appreciation. And look, here comes the Archcanon now.
My lord, the Outlander may have actually discovered something.
There we go, level 6.
After further examination of the documents you brought back, I have to agree with your assessment. The Ashlander Chodala has somehow siphoned divine energy away from Lord Vivec. Not exactly. But now that we know that the affliction isn't natural, we can work toward a solution, one that probably involves Chodala's staff. How the Ashlander got his hands on Sothasil's tool and turned it into a weapon is beyond me, though. Eventually, but we need to be cautious. If Chodala is as respected as you say, attacking him would start a war we can't afford to partake in. Go to Aldrin and talk to his sister, Saren. I don't trust her either, but she worked with you before. Get to Aldrin and locate Saren. She needs to tell us more about Chodala and then help us acquire his staff. Without it, we can't restore Vivec. Meanwhile, I need to placate the populace. The people grow concerned over Vivec's continuing isolation. Didn't we cover this? Let me refresh your memory. Lord Vivec suffers stoically as his divine energy drains away. Neither my administrations nor his defenses have been sufficient to plug the hole, so we've isolated him to keep panic to a minimum.
Okay. Good, good, good. So I think that's going to be it as far as Morrowind goes. I am going to switch over and make some gear for this character. Let's check and see what messages and stuff I have here. Okay. One of my items sold. That's great. More magicka! I don't think I want to put any points into crafting yet. I should grab something from Destruction Staff, though. Let's do Force Shock. And put that... Stinks only having one bar. We'll replace the soul magic for now. And I guess I can get one more. Could get healing seed, impaling shards. No, let's get the first passive here. Well, if I have no, I can't get another Dark Elf passive yet. Yeah, let's get the first Animal Companion passive. Unsummoned, okay. Get a heal. So basically all of my animal summoning casts now become heals, which is great. Okay, so I'm gonna log out, and I think I am gonna go with that that set that I was making in Hrothgar that has Magicka. Hopefully it'll let me back in. If it doesn't, then that's the end of tonight for sure. Because it's almost 11 o'clock. This is my main Templar character. He's got pretty good armor and weapon sets. A little bit tanky, a little bit DPS. In fact, I can do that right here. So let's do that. Creation. Let's stick with ice. Level 6. Well, I would still want to make it as part of the set. So let's go. So I want to go to Orsinium. This can be one of the 5 pieces of the set. And sure, I'll outgrow the set, but at the same time, when there are pieces of a set, it kind of makes up for the fact that you're going to level past it to a certain degree. So it doesn't cost anything extra to make a set piece. So I'm just going to run over here. Hrothgar is one of the DLCs. It's the orc storyline. Hey guys, Fancy Calf, you're back. Chaos, welcome. If you have any questions, let me know. I switched over to my main Templar character to make some gear for my warden, but I want to make light armor for him, which this character can't do. Or, well, it could, but oh, going the wrong way. So I'm just going to make a staff and then switch to the other character that can do clothing easier. I have the speed boost that you can get from Cyrodiil. That's my left bumper skill. In Cyrodiil, it's a lot of running 2 keeps and stuff. So you really need to be able to travel as fast as possible. Thanks for the follow, Fancy Calf. Yep, so right over here. Look at all these people. I think they're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Okay, so now I can do the same thing, but make it a set weapon. And we'll do an ice staff, level 6. And style doesn't matter so much, but I'll make it one of the more rare ones because I do have a lot of this stuff down here. I could do Imperial. Oh, I didn't realize I had Yokuden. Skin Changer. Skin Changer looks like it has reindeer antlers on top of it. Hollow Jack is the Halloween one. That's kind of cool looking. But I am going to get rid of it fairly quickly, so it's not super important that it be something cool. But again, I do have a lot of this stuff, so I could do Skin Changer. Let's do that. And training for XP gain. Hey, Chaos. Do you play this at all? There we go. Ice Staff of Giuliano. So you want to improve it at least somewhat, because that, you can see it gives you, it increases the experience gain. So 5 to 6%, and then I'll go to blue. Could be wrong. I think I had a lot more of the improvement materials. The blue and the purple improvement materials. Like, now I have more legendary improvement materials than purple. That's weird. But whatever. Okay, so I should also make some runes to enchant the stuff with, and then switch over to my other character to make the clothing. Deals 113 magic damage and restores 21 magicka. So right now I really need to focus on keeping my magicka up so I can keep using my skills.
Notade, Mako, Denata.
Okay. So I've got the banker. He always tends to spawn behind me, which is kind of weird. And I'm going to deposit all that stuff that I made. Go down to the staffs. Staves. Okay. Go ahead and pick up my mail. So the crafting in here, you can have a provisioner helper that goes out and gathers materials for you, and that's a message from them saying, hey, here's all your stuff. And apparently they added some new flavor text to these messages, but right now I'm just gonna grab the mail. And also grab that payment from the thing that I sold. Okay. So that's it for this character, and I need to go into my clothier sorcerer character. Oh yeah, you can have now, I guess by default you can have up to 8 characters, and through the Crown Store you can buy the ability to have up to 12 characters now. So I now have 4. A Templar, a Sorcerer, what was the third, like a Dragon Knight, I think is the other one. Oh, gotta go south. And now I have a Warden. And I made the Warden be in the Ebonheart Pact Alliance, whereas my other 3 characters are all Daggerfall. Because I'm in a crafting guild, and whenever they do PvP stuff, they do it for Ebonheart Pact, so hopefully I will get the character leveled up and then join them on some PvP stuff. Alright, clothing. Create. I don't remember what good stuff I have, but it doesn't really matter. So it needs to be set apparel. So Julianos, you can see the buffs there. So with 5 items, it has spell critical, maximum magicka, spell critical, and spell damage. It's pretty nice. I'm hoping that will help. I'm not going to go too crazy here. I'm going to use... well, do I have Dark Elf? I guess I do. I could make it Dark Elf. Let's do that. Should I make it a shirt instead? I'm going to make one piece be medium armor, so that I can make sure that I'm leveling up the medium armor skills. That's one of the things you want to do, is definitely try to level up everything, even if you're not going to use it, because someday you may say, oh man, if I only could use a bow, then this character would be awesome. And if you start off doing that early on, then you're good to go. So I want training. See, I'm kind of running low on training stuff, but it's what I need for this character. Get him leveled up. Let's do a hat, because of course the hat's super cool looking. So I already have a staff. I want to do 3 pieces of light and 1 of medium. Let's do the pants. Oh, that was 1 level too high. Dang it. Okay, so do 1 more. And then I go to medium and do, let's say, bracers. Level 6, dark elf, training. Okay. Then I want to improve all this stuff up to blue. Nope. Wrong ones. Those are mine. Or for this character. See, for clothing, I have a lot more stuff. But still not very much legendary materials. Well, oh, that's the one I made by mistake. Okay, I don't want to improve that. So 9% experience gain. And it stacks, obviously. That's why I'm doing all this. So. Oh no, did I make that one wrong too? Ah. When you just flip between them, it doesn't stick with the same level. See, the level is changing, but the amount of materials that it uses is staying the same. So there's a level 6 hat. I gotta waste another emerald. Okay. Yeah, because that's level 10. That's not what I need. I'll send this stuff over to my warden anyway, just to research it. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you've learned some things or enjoyed it. Definitely time to get up out of this chair and stretch. I have an Apple Watch now, and it was telling me 10 minutes ago, stand up! You're quite welcome, Fancy Calf. So we're going to be switching from this staff, which is 1048 damage, to 1132. That's nice thing. Ah, wow. That 1000 oblivion damage is huge, though. Well, let's put the enchantment on here anyway. Okay. That's definitely better. 1674 magic damage and restores 300 magicka. Plus the training. So, that's good. Alright, head. That's our first helmet. So you can see we've got our set bonus there. So, chest. We're switching from the Slaver's Jerkin to the Jerkin of Julianos. Shoulders. I wasn't wearing what I had. None of this has benefits. Got the bracers. Now I have the medium armor skill line. Light armor. And I guess I'll wear the... yeah, wear this. Reducing the cost of spells is very good. I think that's it. I'm just gonna hope for better gear for shoulders and belt,
Harms one, harms
and even
himself.
feet.
the alarm and call the guard.
Uh-oh. Somebody stole something. There's my character. So the look of him, except for the staff, didn't change because I'm using the thing from the collector's edition, the costume, the warden's outfit. But if I put it away, it'll show the armor, or the game will crash. Yep, that happens every once in a blue moon. Well, we'll just end the stream there. But yeah, so I'm using the costume. That's why he looks that way. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to put this up to YouTube. Yes, have a good night. And hopefully see you later. Bye.